Now, what was it though that helped you to understand that, you know what, there's a pain point here amongst the churches, right? Not just even in my particular domination, right? But I see it even in other churches that I see that there's an issue, there's a need here for a better worship experience. What was that moment that really completely resonated with you that you said, I have to start really teaching what God has poured into me these last few years?
So when I became a worship leader, it wasn't something I wanted. I actually have stage fright and I'm very introverted, right?
Hmm.
When my former worship leader would present worship, I would stand directly behind him. So if he moved to the left, I moved to the left because I didn't want the camera to see me. Eventually he was like, yeah, that's not going to work. Go in the corner. And he would strategically place me outside of the view of the camera so I could normalize being on camera.
Okay.
Um, then I realized that I actually liked leading worship. And what happened was when he left, the church was like, make Hannah the worship leader. And I was like, no, I want to. Find somebody else. I want to. I like singing backup. And they were like, yeah, well, you really don't have a choice. You'll be on a trial period for 3 months. I want to. I don't like this. Send me somewhere else. And after like the first 2 or 3 weeks, I realized, oh, this is fun. I want to keep doing it. So I started taking classes. If
Hmm.
there was a workshop anywhere, I would sign up for the workshop, whether free or not, and I was there. The workshop could be in Connecticut. I was there. The workshop could be in Brooklyn. I was there. I lived in Mount Vernon at the time. The workshop could be in Upper Westchester. I didn't care. I was getting to the workshop because I realized that I liked to do this thing. And I
Hmm.
also understood that I needed to be properly trained on how to do this thing.
Right.
Then I would come back to my church and I would, of course, me being me, just share the knowledge that I have. And then you could see a shift in the presentation of worship.
Hmm.
When you're a singer, right? That's part A. Part B. When you're a singer and you sing well and you're professional,
Right.
you get invited to sing in other spaces.
Hmm.
And now you have uh uh now you can compare.
Comparisons, right.
And now I'm just like, okay, you have that on lock, but you're lacking here. And you have this here, but you're lacking there, or you are lacking in nothing, or you just need developing all around. So 2 years ago, I was at Resting Place in Jersey, and God started to talk um, in the way that He always does. And He was like, hey, do you want to know what I put you on earth to do? And I was like, I don't like this question. I know where it's going. I don't like this question. What'd you put me on earth to do? Music? Yay! So I get to be a background vocalist. No.
Hmm.
Okay. I get to be a worship leader. No, you're going to teach people how to do this thing. I don't want
Hmm.
to. And I literally went down the list of all the people I felt that could do it better. And he said, no, I didn't call them. I called you. If I called them,
Hmm.
then I wouldn't be talking to you about this. This
Hmm.
isn't a case of I called them and they rejected it. This is a case of I did not call them to do that. And so
Hmm.
I realized in going to different churches and intentionally getting trained in different spaces, I realized that there isn't a school that does it all.
Hmm.
There isn't a one stop shop where you can learn how to lead worship, understand the point of worship, and then learn how to deliver it.
Hmm.
So that's when I was like, all right, so how do you want your school to look? Because clearly it's not mine.
Right.
How do you want this to look? And he would say, all right, open your laptop. And when I say he would wake me up at random times of the night, I hated it. I love to sleep. It's my favorite pastime. I enjoy my bed. As we speak, my bed is drafting up divorce papers because I don't spend enough time in my bed. Bed thinks I don't love it anymore and thinks that
Right.
I've gone on to greener pastures. He would wake me up. Open up your laptop. You need to write. I don't want to. I want to sleep. Or I worked at a residential treatment facility. And when the children were sleeping, he'd go bring your laptop to work. And for the first 3 hours of my shift, while my residents were sleeping, I was working.
Right.
right? So I realized that there was a deficit when you would go to different spaces and you realize that there were pieces that were lacking. And if their worship leaders just had 3 months of training, they wouldn't have these issues. Right? I realized that if I have to go to 10 different locations to get 10 different types of knowledge, maybe there should be a place where I can go and get it. When you go to college, you go to one college for all of for your entire degree career. So if you're going to school for your bachelor's, you go to one school for your bachelor's. You don't go to this school for bio and that school for math and that school for English.
Right.
One school should be able to provide everything. So why is
Right.
it in the church we go to one conference for this and one retreat for that and one workshop? Why not just create something where everything is in one place?
Right.
So that's where it came from. I still fight him sometimes. He still gives me ideas that I think are way bigger than me.
And they are, but that's why you're connected to him.
Yeah. So when I fuss, I don't want him to hear it. You told me to do it. I did it. I don't like it. I don't want to sometimes. I'm doing it because you told me to do it.
Thanks for watching the Lion and Lambo podcast. We hope this clip has been a huge blessing to you. And we want to remind you that we drop new videos, new podcast episodes every Sunday at 9 o'clock. You can find the full episode by clicking the card up at the top right of this video. If you prefer an audio only experience, then we want to let you know that we're streaming through every major podcast streaming platform. For the full list, you can go to www.lionandthelambo.com. Until next time, go impact the world.